There's the whistle, and here we go. Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, Peter, I think we'll see a lot of this guy, Eze. If he plays on the left, he loves to cut in on his stronger foot. But unlike a lot of wingers, he's happy to drop that bit deeper and dictate the play from central midfield too. I think it makes him a much better all-round player.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. Now it's Havertz. He's cut it out. Ødegaard is herring after that one. Good ball, good take. Split-second reaction.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Liverpool have the chance to go. Great vision. Oh, that's clever. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Isak plays it in. And the keeper gets his hands on it. Konate cuts out the pass. Zubimendi, well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Mohamed Salah! Mohamed Salah! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
Mohamed Salah deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Soboslai, oh, nicely intercepted. Lovely pass, but can he get there? So it is still 0-0. Now it's Rice. Tries to pass it through. Oh, good-looking ball. McAllister, nicely weighted ball. Oh, played right into his path. McAllister, chance for a shot! It's loose now and they want to get it back. That was superb goalkeeping.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
And into the grateful arms of the keeper. And now they can spring out of defence. Searching passes played there. Havertz. He's going to be pulled back for that one. And that's going to be a booking. He's not got that quite right. Rice, and it's Ødegaard. To Havertz. Ødegaard, he is through, and the finish! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Now it's Mohamed Salah. Gabriel kept his eye on it, and he's there. Calafiori, now he's off and running. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Approaching the half-hour mark. Now it's Gakpo. Knocks it into space. Chance! Goal! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Liverpool have broken through. It's 1-0.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here.
And he shoots! He's done very well to get to that.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
It's their second corner of the game. softly away. Liverpool are looking to go forward now. Played towards the front line. Looking to play him in. Eze, can he spark a counter here? Rice. Oh, that's a tries a shot! Now he wants to get in on the act here.
Arsenal really can be very happy with the way they're going about things, Peter. They'll want to capitalise on this good spell, though.
Nice physical challenge. Now it's Havertz. And it's Rice. And here's Havertz. Konate attempts a clearance. Corner number 3 coming up. Punched away. Played into the box. There's the header! Didn't quite get enough on that.
That's good play. Plenty of targets in the penalty area and plenty of movement too.
Rice. Looking for the run. Oh, well cut out. No margin for error there at all. Isak is onto it in a flash. And it's Eze. That's a good... Can he finish?
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Turns back here, probably the best option.
2 added minutes.
It's a pretty loose pass. Szoboszlai. And there's his chance to lead the counter. McAllister. Szoboszlai. Rice. And the referee has blown for half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
Everyone, please.
Arsenal currently behind by 1-0 at the break.
It's been a pretty tepid display. They'll want to use this break wisely to regroup and come out with some fresh initiatives. This is all still very salvageable, maybe even winnable.
Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second. And we are back underway.
Arsenal can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
And now they can clear their lines. Robertson. Now Gakpo. And it's Robertson. Mohamed Salah might just make this. Gravenberg. And it's Frimpong. And it's Salah. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Rice unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Now it's Mohamed Salah. He's shifting through the gears here. Isak. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. That's going to go a long way. And here's Mohamed Salah. McAllister. Oh, well played, well played. He won't be happy with that one. And it's McAllister.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
So far, Jim?
Arsenal are very much in the game and matching the opposition for chances.
That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Isak.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Eze, can he get it through? And he's picked it up out wide. Oh, that's neat.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And smartly reclaimed. Calafiori. Now it's Eze. Crosses it in.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
This is a really front-footed approach.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Now this could be a chance. Goes for a shot! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Szoboszlai clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Substitution for Arsenal. Number 8.
Corner number 2 then.
Erdegaard. Number 10. Eze. Number 36. Zubimendi. Coming on
And
the
now
field.
a sudden chance to counter.
Number 19. Trossard. Number 23.
Half an hour gone in the second half. Rice.
Number 16.
Oh, lovely Vidio is such a good mover.
Taking place.
They're urging him to shoot. Threads one in. Can he finish? It's in! Do not write them off. Back they come. Right place, right time, and a fine instinctive finish.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, this ought to give them some renewed energy. If anyone...
Isak! And no, he couldn't find the finish.
Isak fully appreciates that he could have won it then, and now he'll be all the keener not to lose it.
Engages and forces him off the ball.
Liverpool clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
And the through ball. That has not gone well. And Dijk can clear it away. And that was asking for too much. This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
Oh, easy pickings there.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
And that has been cleared. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
There will be 1 minute added time.
And he should have made them pay.
Havertz has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
Nothing in it still. We move to extra time. So still inseparable. What are you thinking, Jim?
Well, we can only hope we get an extra-time contest of similar ambition, provided fatigue doesn't begin to play a part.
Well, no winner so far, but somebody has to be the winner. And extra time is next. The hostilities have already resumed. Arsenal did fantastically well to force extra time, having been on the brink of defeat in normal time. In fact, you could say they're the better off of the two teams, at least psychologically. And it's Jones. Not the most accurate pass. Little pass back. Oh, good take in a good area. He's on it. Can he get away? And here's Isak. Wits. Merino. Gyökeres. Now it's Havertz. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Another pass just keeps it ticking over. Trossard. Well timed, excellent interception. Robertson. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Liverpool are able now to make their substitution. It's been on the cards for a few moments now. And here's Isak. Looking for options for movement. It's come to nothing. And it is half-time in extra time.
I'm afraid to tell you that we're expecting
So those
traffic to be
15
heavy
minutes
after the
have
final whistle
flown
today.
by. Limbs now and heads indeed at the point of exhaustion. How will this end? And if you're just back, well, the action is back underway already. Well, this really has been an epic encounter, and there are some tired limbs out there. How much more can the players give? Jones is real chance! Incredible! Just incredible! Oh, that has got to be it! This has to be it! And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
And yes, it's him again. So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Yeah, all their effort pays off in the end. It just took that extra bit of dynamism to get them the goal they craved.
Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Arsenal have a free kick. And no surprise, that's a booking. Rice. Now it's Trossard. Jones. Now it's Chiesa. Pass somewhat off target. Now it's Havertz. Takes a shot! They want to be quick to recover this. Referee's given a throw. Liverpool have turned to their bench
Substitution in
and we're
progress.
going to have a substitution.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
Vids. And it's Jones. Now, can they get him away? Oh, perfectly measured that. Oh, shooting chance! And there's a goal! And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. Whoever is in his path, he will always find a way.
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
So that's it. It is all over. Well, here is a defeat that may hit them hard, and you can sense that all around us. Things going pretty awry, and the outcome in the end virtually unavoidable. The end of the game. Reflections? Arsenal going eyeball to eyeball with their rivals one more time. A day for parading of colours, a day for pride, a day for partisanship, perhaps a day for personalities who will prevail over what could potentially turn into 90 minutes of bedlam. It's time we ask that age-old question again: who is going to come out on top this time? There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. Well, this is a friendly, but a real chance! Off the post! Van Dijk getting this one clear. McAllister. Well, that pass isn't the best. And it's Eze. Now it's Havertz. Brilliantly cut out. Robertson clears without hesitation. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, this player, Gravenberg, is someone I can't decide whether he's a 6, an 8 or a 10, Peter. He basically plays all of those roles in every game. And, of course, he's the main connector between defence and midfield. But he'll be the one playing the majority of the team's progressive passes forward. He's also a really physical presence, and he must be a bit of a nightmare to play against, actually.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. Eze. Not the most accurate pass. Deftly away. And reclaimed it in a trice. That has ended up in no man's land. Now it's Rice. Havertz! And it's been hooked away. It's a searching pass. Dink through. Isak. And that has left him in a heap. Now it's Havertz. Threads one in. He's in plenty of space here. He has found the way through. There's the shot! Goal! Arsenal! Arsenal take the lead. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Arsenal have taken the lead.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
Now it's Isak. Isak is onto this. And here's Gakpo. Gakpo was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Good ball, good take. Played out towards the right wing. That's been cut out, well played. Can he get it through? And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. And here's Isak. Now it's Gakpo. He's had a shot! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Looking for... oh, towering header! It's a goal! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
Broad smiles all round. It is indeed a fine, fine header.
Well, when you get service like that into the box, you can't go wrong.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
No, he didn't quite meet it right.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
McAllister gets it away. takes a shot! He doesn't look too happy with that. Now it's McAllister. Timber gets over and intercepts. And he's managed to get rid. Rice. Eze. Oh, that's well spotted. That's a lovely, neat pass. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Now, can they get him away? Opts for safety. Couldn't squeeze it through.
Pretty robust defending.
Can he get on the end of this?
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Merino. Now it's Havertz. Good ball over the top. It's a promising position. Eze! And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Gravenberg.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Looking to play him in. And that's been won straight back. Now that looks a decent ball. Van Dijk can get it clear. And the whistle goes for half-time. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. Well, Jim, they've both had their moments.
Well, it's been an intriguing watch. A really nice contrast of styles that seem to suit both teams pretty well. Who's ultimately going to win it? It's anyone's guess still.
Arsenal are level pegging at half-time then, and it's a great chance! And needless to say, that deserved better.
Eze deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
And here's Havertz. Oh, this is a great position. Chance, surely! Oh, and that is really good tenacity. So, third corner of the game. He's rising! It's in!
Dependability is one thing, and he brings that to his game, but that sort of dynamism is another attribute he's blessed with, and it's revealed on a regular basis too. Superb.
A wonderful delivery, and all it needed was a touch.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
Arsenal have their lead. And he can clear it away. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Tries to pass it through.
That dugout has had some relief at least, but now the harder work starts. They've got to push for more.
Spread out to the left. Gakpo, he's got away. Gakpo on a serious charge here. Knocks it out wide. Gakpo has been caught there, it's a foul. There could be trouble here, but for now the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket. They're taking a moment to consider their options. Isak.
Liverpool really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
This is a really front-footed approach.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Gyökeres, he's picked his way through.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
And here's Marino. Pass is just off target. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Pinches it off him. McAllister. Oh, good spread. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Gravenberg. He's a sharp little ball here. Oh, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. Now, who's going to be first to this? Gyökeres, looking understandably energised after his goal. That's put paid to the danger. And here's Isak.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
He's cut it out. Shoots!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And that's definitely not his best. Gravenberg, pressing high and with purpose. Aims beyond the defence.
Number 2, Williams Saliba. Coming on the field, number
Havertz
8,
chasing after it.
number 19,
Now it's Ødegaard.
Trossard. Number 49, Lewis Skelly.
Jones.
Number 5, Incapie. Substitution.
That'll be a throw. Chiesa. Lewis Skelly. And it's Lewis Skelly. And here's Ødegaard. Knocks it in. He's having a shot! Goal! And that should do it! Within sight of the finish line.
Yeah, to see it unfold as succinctly as that, it looks telepathic.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
Well, I think it's just the reward for their application. They've played with great courage to try and kill this off, and for me, it looks like they've just about done it.
Ambitious ball here. Spread neatly, and he's picked it up out wide. Time is desperately short now, but it is a corner.
Substitution in progress.
So a bit of a revolving door here. Lots and lots of changes.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Ødegaard finds himself offside. Somewhat off target.
4 added minutes has been indicated.
Time added on 4 minutes. Wirtz. Zubimendi. And he's had it nicked away. And it's Wirtz. Now then, the ball's come loose. Jones, and it's Van Dijk, and that will be it. What a satisfying performance, a performance at times of determination and occasionally... And so the calm before the storm. A game this so engraved into sporting history. These two teams have squared up so many times before. It is a rivalry whose significance has never been diluted and never ever will be. All stemming from that simple dread at the very idea of losing each to the other. Everyone here is obliged to win. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up of consequence.
Well, I played in a fair few derbies, Peter, and in my time, derbies were derbies.
Well, I had a feeling you might say something like that, Jim.
Well, for this one, while I'm not expecting a fully fledged derby, it will be very combative, very competitive at least. It can't be anything else.
We're up and running then. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Can he get on the end of this? Gyökeres! Robertson can clear it away. That was a good run. The defence looked beaten there.
Well, in the end, nothing might have come of it, but nothing wrong with the running involved. Something the defence need to wake up to, I think.
Now it's Szoboszlai, and this is Mohamed Salah, and the finish! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Oh, what a chance. He probably had more time than he realised.
Eze, nicely shaped ball. Rice, that is lovely. And he's in on goal. Can he finish? Now, who's going to be first to this? And he gets rid in a hurry. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
I really like the look of Marino here, Peter, because he's such an effective shield in front of the defence, and his main role will be to quash any threats from midfield. He'll then be looking to quickly get his team on the front foot, picking out those killer passes, which leads to...
Header! And it's a goal! And we have liftoff! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Liverpool are in front now, the game's only goal.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out. That's just playing it safe and simple.
Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. That is good alertness. That has been cut short. Ambitious ball here. Konate kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Isak. Now it's Szoboszlai. Mohamed Salah. He's having a shot! Szoboszlai. And again, he's sorted that out terrifically.
There was absolutely no space to work with.
Oh, he's been caught on it here! The message is clear, none shall pass. McAllister. And here's Gakpo. Well, that has not gone well. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Well-timed, excellent interception. Tries to pass it through. McAllister unable to make it happen for all his good intentions.
That's going in strongly.
That's a foul, no two ways about it. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Oh, that's fabulous. Well taken goal. Arsenal are level. Sharp, simple, satisfying. He just knew what was on.
Listen, he would have been advised to do that as a kid, and it's obviously etched in his mind now.
So they have it all to do again.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
There will be one
If they want to counter...
And the whistle goes for half-time. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. So there was the first half.
Well, I think it's been a fantastic watch with chances created at either end, but it has to be said neither team have been particularly clinical with their finishing.
Well, they've gone toe-to-toe for those 45 minutes, and at half-time the score is 1-1. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half. There they go, hunting in packs. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Gakpo. And here's Szoboszlai. Probing pass. Szoboszlai. It's a loose ball.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Keeper has taken decisive action. Arsenal have the chance to go the other way. Looking for the run. Rice looking to receive it in space. It's a pretty loose pass. Rice in acres of space. Gyökeres! Cleared away.
I'll tell you, Peter, the keeper owes him big time there. He's lucky his mate was wide awake to that.
Well, that's a clever-looking ball. McAllister. Over to the right flank. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Van Dijk. He's found a way past. Gyökeres takes a shot! Liverpool are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Now, can they get him away? They're back in possession and ready to go again. Very nicely done. Pings in across. Oh, great leap! Harmlessly behind. Zubimendi gathers from the goal kick. Szoboszlai. Now it's Isak. And it's McAllister. Gakpo. He has found the way through. Gakpo showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Not the most accurate pass. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Oh, delightful ball. The referee's awarded a free kick.
Substitutions taking place.
Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Substitution for Arsenal. Number 41, Rice. Number 10, Eze. Number 23,
Arsenal
Mikel
still have the
Merino.
cards to affect this
Coming
game.
on the field, number 49.
Can he get it through?
Luis Kelly.
Capier
Number
makes the
19,
interception.
Trossard. Number 8, Erdegaard.
Frimpong. Erdegaard. Played into space. No, that's been intercepted. And it's a corner.
Substitution.
Liverpool making further changes here and in quick succession.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
And here's the chance to counter. Endo. Oh, this is a very good run. A quick look, thought about cutting inside.
Liverpool really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Oh, super ball! Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Can he latch on to this? Oh, that's nice. Wits! Oh, shooting chance! Oh, he's done it! So is that it? Is this the moment they stole it? That was a given. It always was.
Such a smart finish, and the setup was very good too, but defensively, they didn't cover themselves in glory here.
Liverpool look like they've won it, but it's not over yet.
Well, these last few moments are going to be pretty frantic, I would think, as the opposition try tooth and nail to get back into this. We're never done till it's completely done.
Well, it was a chance, but meat and drink for the keeper. And here's Wits. Luis Skelly. Arsenal do have a chance to counter here. That's a shade optimistic. We are into stoppage time. Oh, that's a key interception. Gyökeres. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Look at the space here. Shapes to shoot! And there's a goal! They have stolen level at the last! His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
Well, of course, it's great play to set him up, Peter, but you can't say the defence.
So 90 minutes have come and gone, it's going to be extra time, so still inseparable. What are you thinking, Jim?
Well, there was very little between the sides all the way through, so extra time is the correct next step.
So a brief break, and then we will be back for more.
Substitution for Arsenal. Number 6, Gabriel. Number 2, Williams.
No winner in 90, 30 more to come.
Number 3,
Arsenal displayed great resilience to find the late equaliser. They've got them here. Oh, now this is interesting, and the referee has pointed to the spot. Arsenal presented with a golden opportunity here. So, having trailed, to lead. A time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
Yeah, the keeper was trying to make him think that he was going to dive one way here. Could have just held a little longer.
Arsenal leading now. Jones, that's an imaginative pass. And they've got a throw. Zubimendi. Oh, well measured. And he can thump it away. Mosquera. That's been cut out, well played.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
That ball looks a good one. Gyökeres has the space to scheme, and a header! Smashing delivery, just didn't do enough with it.
I think we can expect a few more of those now. Better timing was all that was required.
It's their second corner of the game. That's gone all the way through to the keeper. And now they can spring out of defence. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Threads one in. Jones. Van Dijk. Looking to play him in. Well read, nice interception. Can he spark a counter here? That's good vision. Alisson breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. Chiesa has created one goal already. Ekitike looking for options for movement.
1 minute added time.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Liverpool have their second corner now. And we're halfway through extra time.
With the honor of blue
Well, we have quite a thrilling narrative here. Despite their early setback, they are now the ones in the driving seats, and all of a sudden things are looking pretty rosy. The teams then separated by just one significant moment. How telling will that be? The next 15 minutes will decide. And we are already back underway. This really has been thrilling. Both sides going at it, and now for the final act. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Oh, that's well spotted. Oh no, what has happened here? And he tries a shot! Konate. Liverpool are looking to break at pace. No way through. Timber cuts it out. And it's lofted through here. Ødegaard looking to receive it in space. Lewis Skelly is offering some sort of an apology there.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Oh, nice touch. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And it's Van Dijk. Now it's Chiesa. There's the shot! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Now it's Ødegaard. Gyökeres is onto this. Mohamed Salah. Wits.
Liverpool really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
Decent chance! And that's a good finish. We thought they were done, but never say never. That's at the end. What a game, a contest of ferocity and marvellous talent from start to finish. Havertz, voted man of the match, and deservedly so. Well, how will we look back on that? So hello and welcome to everybody who has joined us for the build-up to this occasion of ultimate tribalism. And as you would expect, that build-up has been remarkable. They fight here not just for the pride of their manor, but in the ultimate show of one-upmanship. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. Well, this is a friendly, but a friendly only in name.
Well, don't let the word friendly get in the way of a good rivalry. These players certainly won't, Peter.
You wouldn't have thought they would. You've got to expect this to be full throttle, surely.
Yeah, they'll be as strong as usual, but I'm sure these players will commit their all.
So straight into the action. Now it's Gakpo. Now it's McAllister. McAllister scooting forward. Van Dijk. Thinks one through. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Well, Peter, I like the look of this guy, Eberechi Eze. Someone who has this unique swagger about him. Who would have thought that at 16 his career was almost over after a spate of rejections? I just love his dynamism and the X-factor he's got in his game.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. Konate. Eze did well to step in there. That was more than necessary.
Yeah, we're actually currently watching a contest of insipid probing. The only way is up, I hope.
Oh, that pass isn't the best. Now it's Rice. Konate producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Looking for the run. Eze. Havertz. Szoboszlai. And it's Salah. Eze. Now it's Havertz. And he plays one through. And he can clear it away. Now it's Isak. McAllister. And he's in. It's Salah! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Ambitious ball here. Chips it through. That's gone all the way through to the keeper. And he was quick to react. He's a sharp little ball here. Looking to play him in. Frimpong clears. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Arsenal clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Passing is crisp and sharp. Rice. McAllister. And now the breakaway. Gakpo. Soboslai. Now it's Gakpo. Now it's Isak. Oh, whistle's gone. Now then. Arsenal really could have done without this. So the most significant moment of the game. He scores for sure! Not a twitch, not a blink.
I just think the keeper committed himself too early.
The goal scorer after 32
So the first
minutes
goal
is
of the game.
number 8.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Looking for options for movement. Now it's Havertz. And that's another good win of the ball.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
Gyökeres. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Arsenal clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Now this could be a chance. Great ball and Gakpo! It's bounced back off the post. Not the best distribution from the keeper. Cleared away. And it's Eze. Now he's running away. He's found a way through. Gyökeres. There's the shot! And that has earned a reprieve for the time being.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Now that looks a decent ball. And for the first half, that is that. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
And
So that was the
please
first
welcome
half,
our lads
and
to
we
the
will be
field.
back with the second half shortly. So off we go again.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Arsenal are looking... Tries from distance. Eze. No way through there. Soboslai. Gakpo. Nicely aimed pass. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Rice. Now it's Eze. Eze's cross. And he gets rid in a hurry. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Now it's Isak. Threads one in. Takes aim and cross. Real chance! And he hits the net. And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Yeah, keeping calm and taking a touch like that when it's all going on around you isn't always that easy, but he made it look like a doddle. Finishing it off was quite simple after that.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now? Shot, surely! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Quarter of an hour into the second half. Caught offside that time. Saliba, well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now it's Gakpo. That's good defending, very good defending. Arsenal needed that, they really needed it.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
McAllister. That has been cut short. And it's Marino. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Tries to pass it through. Szoboszlai. Now it's Isak. And this is Mohamed Salah. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Arsenal have got it back and they'll have another go. Rice. And here's Havertz. Aims beyond the defence. Konate can clear it away. Eze. He's on it. Can he get away? Chance for a shot! Now he wants to get in on the act here.
Oh, they're just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
That's really well cleared. Crosses it into the area. McAllister. And the counter is on. Into the last quarter of an hour. And this is Mohamed Salah. It's Salah! Just cruising! They are cruising! With fun and fury, they continue to do their thing. Unstoppable. Just how do they contain him?
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
Substitutions taking place. Substitution for Arsenal, number 10.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. A case now of complete control. Isak! And it's been hooked away. There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to say from up here, I know.
Number 8, Erdegaard. Number 3, Mosquera. Number 49.
Well played. That
Lewis
has
Skelly.
snuffed out the danger. Timber. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Pass is just off target. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Wits!
Well, this does not look promising, Peter. The least they can do is to give the crowd something to cheer about, but that might be difficult from here.
And that is not getting there. Now he's off and running. Konate wins the duel this time. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Oh, he's bustling through here. Trossard! And yes, it's there! The angle was unkind, but he has hit the spot.
Peter, you have to have a certain imagination to produce the incredible, and that was incredible.
Number 19.
And in a trice, the substitute has scored already.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
4 added minutes has been indicated.
Arsenal may be down, but not out just yet. And that is well cleared. What a throw in. And it's Frimpong. He's picked his way through. Great defending, strong and determined. Referee's given a throw. Tries one from range. Oh, cracking effort.
Jones certainly made the right decision there to hit it first time. I had the feeling he might try it the way the ball arrived.
And we're done. Well, here is a defeat that may hit them hard, and you can sense that all around us. Things going pretty awry, and the outcome in the end virtually unavoidable. Well, how will we look back on that?
Yeah, well, I've been on the losing side in games like this, and I can tell you it really does hurt. It's about the fans, and when you let them down, it hurts that bit.
Arsenal going eyeball to eyeball with their rivals one more time. A day for parading of colours, a day for pride, a day for partisanship, perhaps a day for personalities who will prevail over what could potentially turn into 90 minutes of bedlam. It's time we ask that age-old question again. Who is going to come out on top this time? There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. Well, this is a friendly, but a friendly only in name.
Well, Peter, you can dress it up any way you like, but we all know what we're in for.
And there's no point trying to pretend otherwise. No disguising the edginess that's swirling around us here.
No, these teams only know one way to play each other.
It is a true heavyweight clash. We are just getting started. Oh, this looks sharp. And here's Havertz. Now it's Rice. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Robertson, looking to play him in. Isak, unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Frimpong spots it and intercepts. Konate cuts out the pass. Frimpong. Not the most accurate pass. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Looking for options for movement. And here's Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah gets flagged offside. That pass isn't the best. Gyökeres. Merino. Oh, it's a great ball here. Merino! Goal! Arsenal! Pressure, what pressure? He feels none of it.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
You felt it was coming. 1-0.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
decent chance! And that should get the job done. Now the ball's gone astray. And he's there to get it away. Nicely weighted ball. That has ended up in no man's land. Mohamed Salah is offering some sort of an apology there.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Van Dijk kept his eye on it, and he's there. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? He is through here! Big chance! Frimpong can get it clear. Oh, that's a clever-looking ball. Not a hint of offside here. Havertz showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Nkapie calmly anticipates. Liverpool have quite a reputation for being combative, confrontational, just in your face, Jim.
It's well rehearsed, Peter. It's testament to their excellent work ethic, really. The way they always go chasing the ball in numbers, and they can keep it up late into a game too.
Chance for a shot! And he has kicked it out somehow.
Szoboszlai really must be thinking what he has to do to score there. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Gyökeres clears. And now they can spring out of defence. Gakpo. He's having a hit! Amazing from McAllister. A finish of true class. They have come roaring back.
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
Just way, way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant. They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Oh, what has happened here? He's shifting through the gears here. And that is well cleared. Mohamed Salah. Gyökeres was only too happy to help out in defence.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
And the shot! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Havertz clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
And the goalkeeper's got a good palm to that. That's very neat. Cross needs to be good. And that has been cleared. That's a sharp pass. Liverpool do have a chance to counter here. And he's gone looking for safety.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Eze, ambitious ball here. That's a nicely shaped ball. Alisson can get it clear. Frimpong. That's headed upfield for Szoboszlai. And the whistle goes for half-time. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all swept. Well, Jim, they've both had their moments.
Well, it's been a decent game so far, Peter, although I think in the next 45 minutes we could do with the ball being moved around quicker with a view to trying to entice their opponents out of position. I don't think there'll be a mad rush to do that just yet.
Well, it's been intriguing stuff so far, and it's 1-1 at the break. Both teams hoping for a pick-me-up in the second half. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Arsenal clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
Liverpool have reclaimed it. That's a lovely, neat pass. Merino looking for the run. And it's Merino. Now it's Eze. That's an imaginative pass. He's found space here. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Saliba can clear it away. It's just beyond his reach. Now it's Havertz. Aimed beyond the defence. It's a good run, that. Great timing.
Well, sometimes you can see it coming a mile off, yet because of the timing of both the run and the pass, it can be hard to stop. Always next time.
Well, they're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Konate. Pass somewhat off target.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Frimpong. Salah. Soboslai. I think that's a corner. Yes, it is. Liverpool have their second corner now.
Substitution for Arsenal. Number 23, Mikel Merino. Number 10, Eze. Coming on the field.
They've played it short.
Number
Now
8,
it's Soboslai.
Ødegaard. Number 19.
He's cleared it out of harm's way. Arsenal are looking to go forward now. And here's Isak. Now try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. Havertz finds himself offside. Trossard, well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
He's a sharp little ball here. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Konate attempts a clearance. Can he get on the end of this? And he's heaved it away. Arsenal are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Nice physical challenge. 75 minutes played. Now it's Trossard. He's on it. Can he get away? He's picked his way through. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And the shot! They've got to be quick to recover this. Ødegaard takes the shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. And the finish! Goal! Arsenal! Into the lead once more. The invitation was clear, and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
That's shocking. The ease with which he was able to get into the space, and the player of his quality was highly unlikely to miss that.
Time for a change in personnel.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Arsenal with the lead.
Well, Peter, the manager's all smiles, but he's got a big decision to make here. He needs to see this one out. I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Now it's Isak. Tries to get it clear. Couldn't squeeze it through. That has not gone well.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer and quickly.
Now it's Chiesa.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Van Dijk. And that was very necessary. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. And it's Van Dijk. It's a pretty loose pass. He's found a way through.
Liverpool really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
And no surprise, that's a booking.
Substitution in progress. There will be 3 minutes added time.
Cleared without hesitation. That'll be a corner. It's their second corner of the game. Driving on and making good progress. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Vids. Now it's Chiesa.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Now it's come to nothing. And we're done. Arsenal have emerged victorious in this match of thrills. The odd goal ultimately proving it. So here we go, yet another page in this long rivalry that has existed between two grand teams. One that looks as though it will continue no matter what else happens, no matter what the hand of fate deals both of these parties. It has the look of a glitzy, grandiose occasion. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. This is always a game of consequence.
Well, there may be nothing resting on it, Peter, but that's never going to take the edge away, is it? And the players from both sides know that.
Well, it certainly feels that way.
Yes, so while these boys are going to approach this game with their professional hats on, circumstances will extract the aggression.
We are just getting started. Lovely, now then. Gyökeres showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Gabriel gets over and intercepts. Incapuyi. And it's Salah. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Looking to play him in. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
There aren't many defenders, Peter, who assist more goals than Andy Robertson here, that's for sure. He's reliable, consistently excellent in what he delivers going forward, and it doesn't really compromise on his defensive duties. A manager's dream in many ways, and a model man, and I would say a model footballer.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides. And they can counter here. Frimpong kept his eye on it, and he's there. Rice. Now it's Eze. Now it's Havertz. Looking for the run. Now here's the delivery. And he's heaved it away. McAllister. And it's Marino. And he shoots! That's a fair try, but just off target.
Gyökeres really might have let his reputation get the better of him then. Yes, you can spank one from there, but there are other options, you know.
That's a cute ball. And he's intervened well there. That has been knocked clear. And here's Soboslai.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Easy enough for the goalkeeper. No change to the score, 0-0 it remains. Gravenberg spots it and intercepts. And the pass is intercepted. Konate makes the interception.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
And he's gone looking for safety. This looks promising. He's got away. Soboslai! Subimendi. Now, what about a counter-attack? A heavy challenge. He's found a way through. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. And he whips it across. Oh, that's a key interception. Saliba clears without hesitation. Rice.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
Can he get it through? He's in plenty of space here. That'll be a corner.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And this is Mohamed Salah. That's an excellent interception. And that should get the job done. Arsenal are looking to go forward now. And anyone who's joined us late, I can confirm that in terms of goals, at least you've missed nothing. Good ball over the top. Saliba can clear it away. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Merino. Arsenal do have a chance to counter here.
That's positional goal, the utilisation of space. Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
It's a good foot in there. Little pass back. And he's forced to go back. Robertson clears. The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. So neither side has found a way through yet.
Yeah, 0-0, but definitely not from the want of trying. There's been plenty of industry and hard work, as well as some good defending, so I wouldn't be too dismissive just yet.
Everyone, please.
So it's simmered along nicely for 45 minutes, but still no goals. It is 0-0 at half-time. So the action resumes.
Well, both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign. Things are about to change. We need a little more life in this.
Szoboszlai. Mohamed Salah has the space to scheme, and he's managed to get free. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Havertz purring through the gears. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Gakpo running at top gear. Gakpo with the cross.
It was hopeful, to say the least. You need more men inside the box, more movement, otherwise it's pretty much a waste.
Now it's Rice, and he's running through. He Defence opting here for strength in numbers. He's had a shot! Terrific effort, just off target.
Well, it was a confident attempt, and he made it look like a doddle the way he generated that power.
Poorly directed kick from the keeper, he's given it away. Nicely intercepted. Could move up a gear here. Dink through. Timber is there to clear. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
And that's a simple one for the keeper. Very few chances to talk of, Jim. Defence is, it seems, on top here.
Well, I think both teams can help themselves massively with better movement up front, Peter. There's just not enough happening at the moment. And essentially, their job is to find space, and that needs to start happening.
And it's Rice. And he's had it nicked away. Great vision. Lovely pass, but can he get there? No, that's been intercepted. That pass has been well intercepted.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Can he get on the end of this? Oh, he's found support out wide. Merino. And he's managed to get rid. Nicely weighted ball. He's going to be disappointed with that. Merino. Eze. That's good running with the ball. Threads one in. Now, can they get... Tries a shot! And that's a good finish. Finally, the deadlock is broken.
Look, before we can even delve into the detail, the significance of taking the lead should be our initial reflection, and that's priceless.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Substitution for Arsenal, number 10, Eze. Number 23.
So time for change. And this one has been on the cards for a little while.
41,
So the first goal of the game.
6,
What a great...
And the shot!
coming on the field.
So close to drawing level.
Well, that's the response the crowd were looking for, Peter, and it's applause all round us here.
Number 49, Lewis Kelly.
Trossard.
Number 3, Mosquera.
Searching passes played there. Havertz picks it up out wide. Well, now it's a race for the ball.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Chiesa. Lofted in. Oh, good climb! And he's stuck it away. That is remarkable. All square in a matter of moments.
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
85 minutes is number 7.
All the way he did, he got a strong forehead behind that one.
Substitution. substitution.
And in a trice, the substitute has scored already.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now. I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
That has not gone well. Subimendi. Can he spark a counter here?
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Fourth official showing that there will be 3. Goes for the shot! He's done very well to get to that.
Jones clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
The message... Ekitike! Incredible! Just incredible! Oh, that has got to be it! This has to be it! A wonderful delivery, and all it needed was a touch.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
Well, they've done the hard part, now to survive the last few minutes.
Well, I can wholeheartedly say, Peter, they deserve this, but has the opposition enough spirit left in them now to maybe find a way back?
It's just beyond his reach. Now then, the ball's come loose. And that will be the final act. Arsenal pleasingly clever on the ball. They had their moments, but ultimately they take away nothing. Well, how will we look back on that?
Yeah, well, I've been on the losing side in games like this, and I can tell you it really does hurt. It's about the fans, and when you let them down, it hurts that bit more. I mean, you can do all the right preparations and still end up on the losing side. I don't think they'll be going out tonight.
Inform you now that the latest travel information is
So
currently
just time for me to say
on
thanks to... So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. This is Peter Drury, and next to me providing insights will be Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. Well, there are plenty looking forward to seeing this, a capacity crowd here.
It'll be interesting to see how these teams will go about things in the knowledge that there's nothing riding on it.
Yeah, maybe there is some scope for experimentation.
Yes.
And it's been given away.
Oh, great feat that.
He's shifting through the gears here.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Upamecano. He's in a great position here. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. And he's there to belt it away. Camavinga did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Just a keeper in his way. Mbappe! Denied by an instinctive save.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Eder Militao. And it's Valverde. And here's Mbappe. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Searching pass he's played there. Can he latch on to this? Mbappe might just make this. Now it's Rabiot. Mbappe! No, it's come to nothing. That has been knocked clear. Can he get on the end of this? Rabiot finds himself offside. Dembele. France are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. Bellingham. Oh, he's having a go! And it's skewed away. Pass somewhat off target. Mbappe. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
This guy, Dembele, is one of the best dribblers around. When fit, he's electric. And that alone is enough to frighten some of the best defences. He really does have the ability to win games on his own with that terrific acceleration.
Yeah, hard to see past him. He'll be looking to put on a show, I'm certain of that. Taken back almost at once. Look at the space here. Mbappe unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Well read, nice interception. Bellingham. Camavinga. Camavinga. Nicely weighted ball. And he's picked out the run. Upamecano, and it's Rabiot. Chance here to counter.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Rudiger tries to clear, and it's Camavinga, and it's lofted through here. Good read, needed to be. Eder Militao. This is Dembele. Mbappe. Rudiger clears without hesitation. Camavinga does really well to win the ball there. Tchouaméni still waiting for the game's first breakthrough goal. Now it's Dembele. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Rudiger attempts. Can he finish? They've got to be quick to recover this. Now the delivery. Carreras with the clearance. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. That is good strength.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
That's a risky ball, you've got to say. And this is Dembele. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. And for the first half, that is that. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. So neither side yet off the mark.
Well, this will have given them a chance to look for any potential holes and weaknesses in the opposition, something that will bear fruit once the teams come out again, I'm sure, Peter.
So we reach the halfway point, and neither side have yet been able to force the issue. It's 0-0. The second half is up and running. 0-0, and we're at the halfway point. Valverde looking to play it into the box. So who's he going to be aiming for here? Mbappe!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Alexander-Arnold. Oh, that's well spotted. Mbappe. Rabiot. And it's Camavinga. Rabiot in acres of space out wide. Cross deflected behind for a corner. And we have our very first corner. Tries to get it clear. Tchouaméni knocks it into space. Tries a shot! It's in!
Well, whenever he reminds us of his wondrous skill set, it's usually something very memorable or even unforgettable. We'll certainly remember that one.
And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
France, chance! Carreras deals with that comfortably.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
Threads one in. Koundé spots it and intercepts. And he is deftly away. Looking to play him in. He's on it. Can he get away? Oh, shooting chance! And yes, it's there! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye.
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
We're looking at a different game now.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
Aquinic is having a shot! This time surely! Well taken goal! And the comeback is complete! He won't get many simpler than that, but he's certainly not complaining.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Oh, important interception. That's put paid to the danger. Camavinga. And he's been shifted off it. Eder Militao. It's Bellingham. Now that looks a decent ball. Lovely feet. Brilliantly cut out. And he's taking no chances there. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Oh, it's Dembele. And it's made its way to him. Rabiot. Oh, it's a foul. It could be a penalty. And that is a huge moment in the context of the game. Games hinge on moments like this. Not much more than a formality.
A picture of confidence. That was never missing.
France dragged themselves back again.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails...
Takes a shot! And that's a good finish. And they've got their lead back. He knows it's taken a big and very kind deflection, but he is claiming it nonetheless. So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, Peter, the manager's all smiles, but he's got a big decision to make here. He needs to see this one out.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
He has found the way through. And they've got a throw. That has not gone well.
France really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Tries from distance. Brilliant from Valverde. Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy. And surely that does it. Perfect time, decisive strike. You could play for any team in any league, in any land in the world, and you would never strike a ball more purely than that.
Well, the power he managed to get into the shot just seemed to catch the...
And the shot! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
Oh, the pass was sublime. The finish was substandard. What a disappointment.
Oh, easy pickings there. Chouameni looking for the run. Dembele showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. It's run loose here. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Oh, poorly directed kick from the keeper. He's given it away. Good ball, good take. Mbappe trying to keep this in. Just seeing the board now, it's going to be 5 extra minutes. Bellingham, can he get it through? And he's had it nicked away. Now, can they get him away?
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. France illustrating perfectly the fickle nature of football. Everything looked so good for them to start. Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Hi everyone, and thanks Peter, it's great to be on board.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are... Can he finish? Big moment! Massive goal!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
What about the pass, Peter? It was played so intelligently and he picked out the perfect target.
So, a breakthrough already. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Well, I think the opposition...
He's having a shot! Chouameni. Looking for options for movement. Thuram. Doué. And the shot!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Can he get on the end of this? Knocks it into space. So, there's the shot! It's in! They have heard the starter's pistol and come racing out of the blocks.
Well, when it's pieced together as efficiently as that, it's a joy to watch.
France are doing very nicely, thank you.
Yeah, it's all happening now. There's been an upping of the intention and urgency, a real step up in possession and purpose now.
That has been cut short. And it's Rabiot. And here's Mbappe. And that is expertly dealt with. Looking for the run. Header! Oh, it's come off the upright. He doesn't look too happy with that.
Thuram really might have got ever so slightly across it. I don't think he intended to hit it so close to the frame of the goal. I mean, that's a bit obvious.
Saliba gets it clear. Well, that is one way to stop him. Tries to pass it through. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Rabiot. Now that looks a decent ball. Mbappe is wide and looking to get onto this. Hernandez kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Now it's Thuram. Now it's Doué. He's found a way past. Now it's Mbappe. Thuram. Good ball, good take. Pressure stays on, it is a corner.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Expertly cut out, really nicely done. An untidy challenge, free kick given. So, is it really plausible to have a hit from here? Valverde. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Aims beyond the defence. Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
That was superb, though. The way he fed the ball, the weight and the accuracy of it. Shame it ended the way it did.
Do it. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Tries to play it through. It's out for a goal kick. Challenged just a bit on the firm side, and he's managed to get free. That looks a cracking ball. It looks as though the ref has given a penalty. He has. France presented with a golden opportunity here. Courtois must save this. And he's missed altogether.
A cool head was needed there, and we got anything but.
Gets a good foot in there. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? That has not gone well. Now that's well seen too. Now, can they get him away? Big chance! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting! And they are disappearing out of sight! Was there ever any doubt?
Oh, that's excellent composure, because the keeper put as much pressure on as he could by not committing sooner.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Doué. That could spell trouble. Thuram picked out brilliantly, and it's been hooked away.
Temps additionnel, 3 minutes.
Rabiot. It's a searching pass, and the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Mbappe. And the whistle goes for half-time. Well, I don't think many people saw this coming ahead of kick-off.
It's an eye-catching scoreline, but it's a fair reflection on what we've just seen in this first half, Peter. Now they just need to make sure they retain their focus until the very end. No slip-ups.
France seemingly the only team to have turned up here. It is 3-0 at the break. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. He's in a great position here.
How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
Ambitious ball here. Oh, Red, nice interception. Chouameni turns back here, probably the best option. Courtois. And it's Rabiot. Camavinga. Great vision. Rabiot gets into a good position. Delivery from Mbappe. And that should get the job done.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Madrid appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
France, the only team in this, 3-0 already.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Bellingham. And the shot! In he goes again. And no mistake. And they are right back within touch. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
And that's great movement from him. He instinctively knew that the ball was going to come back out and put himself where he needed to be. The sort of thing you just can't teach.
Changement pour la France. Le numéro 10.
Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Le numéro 9.
Still behind by 2. Is there a way back into this?
À leur place, le numéro 7. Le numéro 11.
And that's gone
Le
loose.
numéro 12. Le numéro
Alexander
25.
Arnold. France perhaps contemplating their next change here. Now it's Camavinga. That is good alertness. Threads one in, shapes to shoot! He's on it, can he get away? Oh, super ball! He has a look out. Real chance! And that's a tiny finish! A finish of great intelligence. He just understood and he executed so smoothly.
Well, I think he knew all he had to do was get it under control, and it was always going to end up in the back of the net thereafter.
All of a sudden we have a game here.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Valverde. Cleared away.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
They're coming again and again.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
It's their second corner of the game. And he's there to clear it. And the volley. On the ball, here's a chance! But he's left disappointed.
Well, distance never seems to be an issue for some players, and he's certainly one of those. The opening was there, I guess. Worth a try.
Can he get it through? Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. Chouameni is there to clear. That's a cute ball. It's a pretty loose pass. Mignon with the clearance. Stood up well to him there. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Great ball and he's in here. Tries to get it clear. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. And they are prompt with their pressing. Koundé clears it away.
Madrid really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
This is Dembele. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Looking to play him in. Nicely weighted ball. Plays a sharp little ball here. I have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. And that's going to be a booking. He's not got that quite right. Chouameni. France close now to seeing this one through to the end. Caught offside that time. Camavinga, Bellingham.
Madrid really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
Great chance! And that is wildly off target. Now it's Colomboani. And it's Camavinga.
Temps additionnel, 3
And the
minutes.
number on the board is 3. Kolumwani wants to run onto this. That pass has been well intercepted. Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way. That's put paid to the danger. Valverde. They really do have to make something of this. And time is up. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football. A real run. Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, it's great to be here.
Merci d'accueillir nos joueurs.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here, the supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. We stand for the national anthem of France. It is a monster matchup, Jim Beglin.
It'll be interesting to see how these teams will go about things in the knowledge that there's nothing riding on it.
Yeah, maybe there is some scope for experimentation.
Yeah, I suppose something different to the norm. That would be an interesting prospect. It could get combustible.
We're up and running then. And that's a simple one for the keeper. Chouameni, we expected better, and so did he. Now it's Mbappe. Can he get on the end of this? Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, this fella, Maignan, we all remember him, Peter, from his stint in his native France. That time he took an unfancied side to the title against all the odds. I think he had 21 clean sheets that year, which is over half the games, and proof that goalkeepers can make a real difference.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much.
Pretty robust defending.
Looking to play him in. That's a lovely, neat pass. And he's had it nicked away. Great vision. Can he finish? He's got away with one there.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Rudiger clears it away. And now they can spring out of defence. And he's only too happy to take that back. Doué! And again! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Rabiot really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Doué. Camavinga. Now it's Valverde. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Vinicius Junior. He's on it. Can he get away? Camavinga. Cleared away. And they're back on the ball again. This is good pressing. They're not short on bodies. Looking for the run. Oh, played right into his path. He's picked his way through.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
So a third of the match or thereabouts gone, and we still await the first goal. Searching pass he's played there. That has ended up in no man's land. That's going to go a long way. Nicked it back promptly. Valverde. Well, they can break here. Nicely worked. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Approaching the half-hour mark. That's very disappointing, it has to be said. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Hernandez. Now it's Thuram. He won't be happy with that one. Bellingham. Oh, good taking of chance, surely! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And it's been taken short. Decent chance! And that's straight down the keeper's throat.
Well, he was always going to be set like that, the keeper, and he didn't have the composure to avoid him.
Threads one in. Oh, he's had a shot! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Hernandez clears without hesitation. Bellingham tries to pass it through, just eases him off the ball. Hernandez can get it clear. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Vinicius Junior goes for a shot! And he couldn't finish.
Oh, it's very good running that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
Nil-nil, but nevertheless a very decent game. And here's Camavinga, and here's Vinicius Junior. Pass somewhat off target, and it's Bellingham. Tchouaméni, Rabiot. Now it's Camavinga. This looks promising. Oh, good spread. Rudiger. Vinicius Junior is onto it in a flash.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
Camavinga, shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. And that brings the first half to a close. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. And we are up to the break.
What a pleasant surprise to see how open this game is turning into. Just wondering if the two teams are going to keep doing what we've seen in the first half. I hope that a cautious aspect doesn't kick in.
So we are where we began. The scoreline remains 0-0 at the break. And we are back on the way. 0-0, and we're at the halfway point. Not much doubt about who's going to take this one. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. It's a promising position, and he's managed to get free. Rabiot. Camavinga. Upamecano. And they've got rid. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Now, try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. Nicely weighted ball. Carreras. Well, that's been cut out, well played.
Madrid have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
Oh, shooting chance! They want to be quick to recover this. And he gets rid in a hurry. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
0-0 still. It's a game that needs a bit of life injected. Mbappe! Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Mbappe. Madrid have reclaimed it. Oh, super find. Now it's Mbappe. And he's quick to get rid. And here's Mbappe. And it's Valverde. Chance for a shot! Madrid appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Mbappe! That is decidedly lacking.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
Changement pour la France. Le numéro 9.
So time for change. And this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Le numéro 7. Le numéro 11.
Looking for options for movement. And he's straight offside. He's a sharp little ball here. Mbappe, and the shot! It's a goal! So smooth, a signature finish.
I was impressed with both the movement and the pass, both causing lots of problems for that defence.
But inscrit après 69 minutes de jeu par le numéro 10.
You felt it was coming, 1-0.
Look, you can't deny that it's a blow, but this game is far from unsalvageable.
Now it's Mbappe. Saliba kept his eye on it, and he's there. Your impression so far, Jim?
We've not seen much from this team as a whole, Peter. OK, that's largely due to the way their opponents have approached it, but they can up their game considerably, and I mean considerably.
Valverde. And no, that was never going to make it. Now he's got space here. Neatly clipped into space. And he's managed to get rid. Now it's Dembele. He has found a way through. Camavinga.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Olise. Oh, no joy this time.
France are stuck in Central Station, and they might find a fast track out wide if they'd care to look.
That's really well manoeuvred. Caught offside that time.
Le numéro 10.
Time for a change in
Le
personnel.
numéro 14. Le numéro 6. Le numéro
Can he
4.
get it through?
À leur place,
Colomwani.
le numéro 12.
Rudiger
Le numéro
is
26.
there and he can get
Le
that
numéro
clear.
25. Le numéro 15.
Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. And it's Conte. Colomwani receives it in a good position here.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Just 5 minutes remaining now. Hernandez promptly onto that, and that is that. Well, there's the clearance. Fofana. Now it's Colomwani. Has to go back here. And this is Kante. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being.
France really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
Great chance! Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. Eder Militao calmly anticipates. Now, can they get him away? So that's it. It is all over. Well, that was tense. The two parties separated by the game's only really meaningful moment. Intriguing for the neutrals, unbearable, sometimes unwatchable for those with a vested interest. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
France really were made to rue their...
Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Thanks for the intro, Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere and I'm really looking forward to what lies in store.
Oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. It is a monster matchup, Jim Beglin.
Well, it certainly doesn't feel like a friendly to me, Peter.
The atmosphere, absolutely that of a premium contest.
Yeah, and this crowd are demanding the most from their players, and it looks like they might get what they came for.
So things are underway. Saliba kept his eye on it, and he's there. Delicate ball, and it needs to be. And that's a simple one for the keeper.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
Knocks it into space. Lovely ball and a... Can he finish? And a terrific save from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he? All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Courtois breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Madrid have the chance to go the other way. That's a nicely shaped ball. He is Mbappe! And he's done it! And he's stuck it away as if laser guided.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
But inscrit après 14 minutes de jeu par le
So
numéro
a
10.
breakthrough already. Hernandez, well-timed, excellent interception. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
France are behind here despite their domination of possession. Looking for the run.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Great vision. Oh, no joy this time. Well, the referee's pulled play back and has booked him for the original offence. Oh, that was vital. Camavinga.
France are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Chance for a shot! Oh, that was no routine save.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And into the grateful arms of the keeper. And now they can spring out of defence. Camavinga! Again, a brilliant save. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Traumeri. Camavinga. Now that looks a decent ball. He's on it, can he get away? That's been slipped through. Oh, he's all alone. Deftly away. Corner number 2 then. Cleared away. And now a sudden chance to counter. Now try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Bellingham. Well read, nice interception. And it's Camavinga. Oh, perfectly measured that. Mbappe! Whistle's gone and the referee has given a penalty. And that is a huge moment in the context of the game. This to be all square. Stop from Courtois! Oh, he's missed it.
It really wasn't a confident penalty, Peter. It was almost like he was trying too hard to second guess what the keeper was trying to do.
Traumeri can get it clear. Madrid are looking to go forward now. Alexander-Arnold. Great ball if he can get there. And now they can clear their lines. Bellingham. Mbappe.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
That has ended up in no man's land. Played into space.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
Valverde. Vinicius Junior. That's put paid to the danger. Now it's Rabiot. We've got 5 minutes till half-time. And he's in on goal! Thuram unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Now it's Vinicius Junior.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Madrid have their second corner now. Alexander-Arnold goes short. Camavinga with the cross. He'll try from distance! Well, the contact was true enough, the aim wasn't quite.
Well, we always have to give a reason for it, Peter, but did he hit that too well?
That pass isn't the best. Rudiger. Doué. Looking to play him in. No, again there's no way through. And we've reached half-time. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. France finding themselves behind by just one goal at the break.
It's been a pretty tepid display. They'll want to use this break wisely to regroup and come out with some fresh initiatives. This is all still very salvageable, maybe even winnable.
So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
France really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Nicely intercepted. And it's Rabiot. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Some resolute defending there. Bellingham. Mbappe.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And it's come back to the keeper. Keeper's got good distance on that. Bellingham running with intent. Plays a sharp little ball here. Vinicius Junior showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Now it's Thuram, and he is deftly away. And he's heaved it away. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And that was nowhere near his best.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Rabiot with the clearance. France choosing to make the first change.
Le numéro 9. Le numéro 10.
Intercepts the throw. That's well read. Madrid are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
No, not quite on the same wavelength.
France really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
They're coming again and again.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
And he's being shifted off it. He's found a way, and the shot! Goal! 2 up now, and they are cruising.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious, Peter, that this emphasises the importance of having willing runners who want to go behind that defence. One good ball, and they're in.
Le numéro 10.
And now he has 2. Madrid are doing very nicely, thank you.
There's a certain authoritativeness in everything they do now. If they want to kill off this game, now's the time to get it done.
He won't be happy with that one. Saliba gets across to intercept that. Cleared without hesitation. Alexander-Arnold. France perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Oh, that looks a cracking ball. Mignon gets his hands on it and the danger is averted.
Madrid couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
And that's gone loose. Now there's a charge, surely! Oh, it's fallen loose again! Relentless! Just relentless! With fun and fury, they continue to do their thing. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, Peter, I know from experience there are players who always seem to know where the ball's going to end up. This isn't about luck at all, despite what people say. Just keep an eye on his movement.
Time for a change in personnel.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
A case now of complete control.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch. That's just playing it safe and simple.
And he's intervened well there. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Dembele, look at the... Oh, shooting chance! Oh, good finish! And they are right back within touch!
Well, I don't want to be overly harsh on the defensive side of things here, Peter, but the build-up was so slick and executed with such quality, it made life just that bit too difficult for them.
France chance! He's got away with one there. They're up to 5 corners now. Tchouaméni clears it away. And now a sudden chance to counter. He's in plenty of space here. He's going for goal! That is decidedly lacking. Tchouaméni getting this one clear. He's got away. Oh, look at the space. Mbappe! A collective sigh of relief from the defence. Now it's Kante. And it's lofted through here. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? Oh, that's fabulous. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Shot could... And the finish! And the keeper couldn't hold it. And it's in! Late drama, late goal! This will be one frantic ending! Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, you might think I'm being a bit harsh, Peter, but I just can't help...
He's gone for goal! Gave it a go, but off target. Carreras makes the interception. Into stoppage time, very little left on it. Can he get on the end of this? Tries to play it through. Mbappe is onto this. He's gone down, but the referee just tells him to get back up again. He's in a great position here. Oh, shoots! He's got a goal!
Well, he had time to weigh up the fact that the keeper was vulnerable.
And that is as far as it goes. In the end then, no joy. Not for the want of trying, not for the want of running. Simply they were beaten by a better team on the day. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Well, there was a distinct lack of clarity or commitment in everything the players were trying to do. Looking pretty lethargic, and they were ruthlessly exploited and deserved to be.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening.